We are live in over 27 African countries, and my name is Agyemang Okyere-Darko. This is the Midweek News. And on today's bulletin for this week, Burundi grads wait for years for degrees. Now, Discovery London showcases black representation in art. In our health story, study finds that young adults look and feel older on stressful days. In our business story, cocoa prices soar as disease and rain hit Africa. This and many more on the Midweek News. Stay with us for more. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Midweek News, and our first story: alumni and recent graduates of the University of Burundi, the largest public university in the country, are demanding government interventions as they face significant delays in obtaining their degrees. And some are waiting as long as 7 years after completing their studies.
Despite fulfilling all requirements, like many others, have not received their official certificate. The temporary document provided upon graduation has long expired, hindering their ability to find employment or pursue further education. The issue affects a substantial number of graduates, including recent ones, with an estimated 2,500 to 3,000 students graduating annually from the University of Burundi. The delays in issuing certificates have led to missed job opportunities and hindered career advancements for affected graduates. University officials attribute the delays to ongoing reforms and staff shortage within the institution. The commission, with only 11 staff members, is tasked with verifying student documents from enrollment onwards, ensuring they meet the ever-evolving program requirements. The Minister of Education has expressed concern over the tarnishing of the university's reputation due to these delays. The university's commission responsible for issuing degrees acknowledges the problem and assures graduates that efforts are being made to address the issue and expanded the issuance of certificates.
Now, hailing from Tanzania, Mwanza University, Tanzania is receiving a major boost for its fledgling medical school with the announcement of 15 healthcare trainers from Cuba joining its faculty in 2025-2026 academic year. This collaboration aims to address staff shortages in the university's new School of Medicine. The university, established only in 2020, the university, established only in 2023, faces staff shortages, particularly in senior positions. Professor Flora Fabian, Vice-Chancellor, says these shortages are not unique to Mwanza and are felt across Africa. Fabian says Mwanza University has already enlisted some lecturers from neighboring countries and is also training its staff with plans to train over 13 clinicians in the upcoming year. While awaiting the Cuban trainers, Mwanza University has enlisted educators from Kenya and Uganda. However, the expertise of Cuban medical professionals will be invaluable, particularly for clinical training. The university aims to train well-rounded medical personnel who could work not only in Tanzania but also internationally. This aligns with Mwanza University's motto, "We train for the world." The collaboration with Cuba makes sense as the country boasts a strong healthcare system and is a popular destination for Tanzanians seeking medical training. At least 200 Tanzanians are currently studying medicine in Cuba. Now, with our health story, researchers at the North Carolina State University found that younger adults aged between 18 to 36 feel and look older on days when they experience higher than usual stress levels, but only if they also feel they have less control over their lives that day.
The study involved 107 participants between 18 and 36 years old. They completed surveys about their daily stress levels, perceived control over their lives, and how old they felt and looked that day. The key finding was that higher than usual stress coincided with feeling and looking older, but only when accompanied by a feeling of diminished control. Importantly, the researchers considered both stress and control to be relative. An increase in stress or a decrease in control relative to a participant's usual experience triggered the effect, regardless of the absolute values reported. The study highlighted that feeling older due to stress isn't limited to older adults. Researchers were concerned about younger generations experiencing historically high stress levels, potentially impacting their perception of aging and overall well-being. This finding emphasizes the need to closely monitor stress-related health issues in young adults.
Stick with us for more news, particularly Discovery, and more. We'll be right back.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aauLMS@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Welcome back, and it's the Mid-Week News and Discovery segment. London's National Portrait Gallery is hosting an innovative exhibit titled "The Time Is Always Now," featuring works by 22 artists from the African diaspora. This showcase explores Black representation in Western art over the centuries, offering fresh perspective on how the Black figure has been depicted. Curated by writer Okyere-Darko, the exhibit, 5 years in the making, delves into questions of history, race and identity through 55 artworks, giving contemporary artists a platform to reshape the narrative.
Okyere-Darko, the curator, emphasizes the personal nature of this project, expressing pride in presenting diverse perspectives on Black existence, personhood, and presence. As the major themes of the exhibit unfold, double consciousness, persistence of history, and kinship and connection, viewers are invited to see through the eyes of Black artists, challenging stereotypes and historical oversights. The title, drawn from a James Baldwin essay on segregation, not only signifies a moment but also symbolizes an ongoing conversation among artists of color, highlighting the evolution of Black art.
Within the exhibit, artists like Claudette Johnson and Amy Sherald explore the theory of double consciousness, scrutinizing stereotypes and self-perceptions. The artworks also delve into historical narratives often neglected in traditional art, with pieces by Kimathi Donko and Godfred Donko offering reflections on freedom and forgotten stories. The exhibit showcases a celebration of the Black figure with nuance, depth, and complexity, challenging the historical depictions crafted by Western artists of European or white descent. Sean notes the current appreciation for artworks from the African diaspora, describing it as a moment of flourishing. However, he highlights that the time is always now and encapsulates an ongoing conversation among artists of color, extending beyond a particular time frame. The exhibition runs until May 19th, providing a unique opportunity for visitors to engage with and reflect on the evolving narrative of Black representation in Western art. As the exhibit unfolds, it not only celebrates Black artistry, but prompts a broader consideration of historical perspectives within the Western artistic canon. Viewers are invited to witness the transformative power of contemporary artists in reshaping the narrative, challenging conventional depictions, and contributing to a more inclusive representation of the Black figure in the art world.
Take a quick breather as Jemima Deladem Dotsey brings us sports and entertainment shortly.
Welcome to the sports and entertainment segment. My name is Jemima Deladem Dotsey, and in sport, British-Nigerian boxer Anthony Joshua delivered a dominant performance, knocking out Cameroonian mixed artist fighter Francis Ngannou in 2 rounds on Saturday night in Saudi Arabia.
Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua.
The two-time world heavyweight champion floored Ngannou twice before knocking him out cold in the second round. Ngannou, a former UFC champion with limited boxing experience, never recovered from Joshua's raw power. Joshua dominated the fight from the start, knocking down Ngannou in both the first and second rounds. The win keeps Joshua's dream of regaining a heavyweight title alive, potentially setting up a future fight with the winner of the upcoming Tyson Fury vs. Oslagda Usyk bout. This emphatic victory comes after Ngannou had previously impressed fans with his boxing performance against Fury in October. Ngannou required medical attention after the knockout. Despite the loss, Joshua praised Ngannou's skills and encouraged him to stay in boxing.
In the heavyweight division, the fighting AJ.
Moving on to our entertainment, tributes are pouring in for veteran Nollywood actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu. He leaves behind a remarkable legacy, having traced over 200 Nollywood films with his vibrant presence. Nigerian Minister of Art Hannatu Masawa expressed sadness over the passing of Mr. Ibu, calling it a double loss following the recent death of another Nollywood actor, Sisi Quadri.
Is it your experience?
It's my destiny now. Is it not my destiny?
Mr. Ibu, whose real name is John Okafor, is a Nigerian actor and comedian born on October 17, 1961. He began his comic acting career in the late 90s and gained popularity for his unique style of comedy in Nollywood films. Mr. Ibu has been active in the Nigerian movie industry in Nollywood for several decades, with his comic acting career started in the late 90s. Okafor, who gained fame with his iconic role in the film Mr. Ibu, captured heart with his comedic genius, becoming a household name across Nigeria. He leaves behind a legacy of over 200 Nollywood films, including popular titles like Kezia, 9 wives, Mr. Ibu in London, Ibu in prison, and several sequels to Mr. Ibu. Tribute from fellow actors, including Mercy Johnson Okoye and Joy Ezielo, poured in highlighting Okafor's impact on Nigerian cinema and his ability to bring joy to audiences. Nigeria's culture minister Hannah Tumusawa described Okafor as a beloved figure who brought smiles to families nationwide throughout his illustrious career. Okafor's health struggles became public knowledge last year when he underwent leg amputation due to health complications. His family members, including his son Daniel Okafor and adopted daughter Yasmin Chioma, were later arrested for alleged financial misconduct involving Okafor's medical funds. Despite the tumultuous final years, Okafor's legacy as a comedic icon and a staple of Nigeria's cinema remains intact. He is survived by his 13 children, and his passing marks yet another loss for the Nigerian film industry following the recent death of fellow actor Sisi Quadri. He passed away at age 62 at a hospital in Lagos, Nigeria on Saturday, March 2, 2024.
That is all for our sports and entertainment segment. My name is Jemima Deladem. Stay tuned for business and international.
Looking for a job in higher education institution on the African continent? There is no need to go looking. The Africa Education Jobs Board will deliver available jobs to you via our platform. To start your search, visit our website. On our website, you will find variety of job postings classified by the sectors and professions they belong to. There are sections devoted to variety of career-related materials, as well as information on African countries. All information you require based on the job description and requirements are accessible on the site. If you are looking for a job in higher education on the continent, use our dedicated portal www.africa.edujobs.com. For job market updates, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AF Jobs Board.
Now, in the realms of global business, cocoa farmers in West Africa are grappling with a surge in plant disease that have devastated crops, contributed to record high global cacao prices. Ivory Coast and Ghana, responsible for over half of the world's cocoa supply, are particularly affected. Fungal black pod disease, exacerbated by months of soggy weather, and cocoa solid shoot virus, spread by insects, are among the challenges farmers face.
Olivier Nakomene, a farmer 250 kilometers northwest of Abidjan, discovered too late that his cacao crop was infected with fungal black pod disease. Despite efforts to curb its spread with fungicide, this year's harvest is anticipated to be meager. Cocoa swollen shoot virus in Ghana and Ivory Coast adds to the woes, requiring the removal of infected trees. The wet conditions in West Africa is blamed for damaging crops yield and escalating cacao prices. Amidst these challenges, the global cocoa and chocolate market is booming, expected to grow from $48 billion in 2022 to nearly $68 billion by 2029. However, with small harvests driving up farm gate prices, farmers are struggling to benefit from the market's growth. The imbalance between increasing demand, particularly in Asia, and diminishing global supply is creating a challenging environment for cocoa producers. Cocoa farmers facing dire circumstances, are gathering in Abidjan to engage in trade union leaders, discussing potential solutions to alleviate their plight. Industrial actions looms as a possibility, though all parties hope to avoid such measures. Industry experts emphasize that the drop in production could have lasting effects on the international chocolate market, with high prices expected to persist due to growing demand and reduced supply. As the world's appetite for chocolate remains insatiable, the current drop in production poses significant long-term repercussions. With global supply dwindling and demand increasing, industry experts foresee a sustained period of high cacao prices. The delicate balance between meeting the growing chocolate demand and addressing the challenges faced by cocoa farmers in West Africa remains a critical concern for the chocolate industry.
In the international front, in a critical UN Security Council meeting on Thursday, the focus shifted to the escalating year-long conflict in Sudan. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres issued a stark warning emphasizing the devastating toll on Sudanese people and the potential for the conflict to spark regional instability stretching from the Sahel to the Horn of Africa and the Red Sea.
Guterres expressed deep concern over the internal displacement crisis in Sudan, revealing that the country now holds the world's largest internal displacement crisis, with 6.3 million people seeking safety within its borders since the conflict began. He further highlighted the alarming statistics from the World Food Programme, indicating that 18 million Sudanese are facing acute hunger, with 5 million on the brink of starvation, many trapped behind the front lines. During the council session, Algeria's representative, speaking for Mozambique and Sierra Leone, voiced distress over reports of external actors fueling the crisis in Sudan instead of aiding peace efforts. Ahmad Bejama firmly condemned such interference, emphasizing the necessity for peace in Sudan. He welcomed Sudanese authorities' decision to facilitate humanitarian access through various border crossing points. The council is expected to vote on a draft resolution demanding a truce during the upcoming Muslim holy month, showcasing international efforts to address the crisis. Guterres' alarm at calls for arming civilians and popular mobilization activities within Sudan adds a layer of complexity to the situation, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive and swift resolution to the conflict. As of April 15, 2023, the war in Sudan has claimed over 12,000 lives. The gravity of the situation is underlined by the urgency to address the conflict and its dire humanitarian consequences, requiring coordinated efforts from the international community.
Drawing to the climax of the midweek news, we'll take a last look of our headlines. Burundi graduates waiting years for degrees. Now, Discovery London showcases black representation in art. Now, Health Story study found that young adults look and feel older on stressful days. Now, Business Story. Cocoa prices soar as disease and rain hit Africa. Thank you, and get interactive with us on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Agyemang Okyere-Darko, and Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslims across the continent. Be safe and bye.